But yet, just because he said that one thing, that one time, I was sold. I was like, whatever it is you want me to do, I'm gonna do it. You attach to people that are so toxic to you only because they give you that one thing that you've always been looking for. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for the likes in the last video and also the subscriptions. I see you and I am so happy about it. So I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for subscribing. I guess me begging you to subscribe really worked. So I guess that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Anyways, for this video I will be talking about, as you can see from the title, I'll be talking about my obsession with dating older guys back when I was still in high school. So I'll explain that. I'll dive deep into that and kind of like explain it to you, why I think things were happening like that. And also I'll be giving you like mini story times that will be put in one. So a couple of story times I'll just put into one. I'll try not to make this video too long, but I don't think it's going to be too long. I'm just gonna not rush, but like very small snippets of each story time, and then I'll put them both together. I first want to say that I am not a psychologist. So whatever opinion that I have about this is just a very uneducated analysis of what I think what was happening in my life during that time. And yeah, I hope you guys take something from this, and I hope that you do enjoy it. If you watch this video until the end, please like this video, and also please continue to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And also let's engage in the comment section down below. I love it when you guys comment on my videos. Really enjoy it. One thing that I need to apologize for is that the sun today, it was raining earlier, so the sun today is like up and down. So the lighting of the video I don't know, it's not gonna be that good. So I hope you guys will be okay with that. I apologize for that. So without wasting any time, let's get straight to the video. So like you guys saw in the last video, I told you guys that I was dating this guy that was 19 years old and I was 14, right? So if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that video first and then come back to this one. Anyways, during that video I did say that back in high school I had this weird obsession of dating older guys. By older guys I mean like not like 30s or stuff like that, but just like a little bit older, not a little bit older than me. I mean, a 5-year gap back then was extreme because I was still a child. A 5-year gap now is not that extreme, it's okay. But like my age gaps between my boyfriends at the time would range from like 5, 4, 3, maybe sometimes 2 years. But yeah, I had this weird thing of dating guys that were way older than me, right? So my first older boyfriend was the one that I dated when I was 14, right? So this guy, the one thing that, like I kept saying in the last video, that yes, the relationship was very shitty, but I was getting something from that relationship that I didn't really know I was looking for. And now looking back at it, I understand that what I was looking for, or what I think I was looking for, was protection. I was looking for protection. I think I was suffering from daddy issues. I think that most of us girls who are going through daddy issues, we deal with that problem in a very toxic way. We attach to things that are quite toxic to us. So looking back now, I know that I was looking for that. I was looking for a person that would in some type of way imitate a father figure or a older brother figure that would protect me. Throughout the video, I'll also reference a video that I already shot. If you haven't watched that video, also please go to, I think it's like 3 to 4 videos down, a video about my childhood sexual harassment story. So I think that also had something to do with that. I was a girl that was growing up without both my parents. My mom had passed away at that time. My mom passed away when I was about 9 years old, and my dad was absent, busy gallivanting, busy gallivanting the streets. Shade, no shade. But anyways, he was an absent father. And unfortunately, I had this whole grown man who is my uncle, who I don't really see as my uncle, who was abusing me. And so I think I subconsciously went out there and looked for someone to protect me, or I looked for someone to confide in. When I started dating this boy, or actually the whole relationship, I never told him about what had happened to me, right? Because I think at the back of my mind, I wasn't aware that it was affecting me, right? I wasn't really thinking about it that much because I wasn't aware, you know what I mean? Like, it took me some time for me to understand, man, these weird things that I'm doing, it could be because of what had happened to me, you know? So I dated this guy and I never told him about this, but I always knew that even though I never told him what had happened, I always knew that if anyone would ever try something with me, then I know that he would be there to protect me. I knew that to some extent that man, that boy, really felt something for me. I don't know if it was love, but he was so protective over me. And I knew that if I would go to him and tell him that this person did this to me, I knew that I'd be protected. You know what I mean? That was a guarantee to me. And that is why I think I stayed. And that is why I think that was the advantage to me. That was the benefit of that relationship. So anyways, that relationship ended. And then my next relationship, I'm not going to remember the timelines like exactly, but the next boy that I remember dating that was a bit older than me, I don't know if he was like 3 years or 2 years older than me, but I was in grade 9 when I was dating this boy, and he was also in grade 12. So I had a thing for matriculates, and that came with its own challenges, to be honest, because I remember I used to be so shy about it. You know, sometimes when like your boyfriend is like at school, your boyfriend, maybe during break time, your boyfriend is calling you and wants to, you know, sit and chat, I'd be like, I don't want to sit with you and chat, you know what I mean? Like, what are the people gonna say and stuff like that. Like, I was so embarrassed about it. And now thinking about it, like, if I was so embarrassed and, you know, I didn't want people to see us together, why did I not just date someone who was more or less my age? And again, that also has to do with that thing of wanting someone that is like a protector. I was looking for a protector. I think I was looking for a protector. Again, I am not a psychologist. I am not a therapist. I'm not educated in any ways when it comes to analysis with things like this. But like, just looking back and trying to understand what was happening with me, these are the reasons that I come up with, because now I can look back and understand about, okay, at this time, this is what I was thinking, you know what I mean? So with that boy too, I never said anything, but also with him too, I felt like I had this whole person that would take any shots that would come my way. You know what I mean? Like I had a big protector in front of me. You know what I mean? And I found him for myself. But unfortunately, that also again comes with its own disadvantages, because these boys will hurt you. So fine, I'm gonna fast forward to this other boy that I also dated. This boy was actually out of school. I don't really know how old he was at that time. I was in grade 11 or grade 12, I don't remember. And I was dating this boy. I'm actually going to do a story time about this boy in our relationship. I think I can share that, because honestly I don't really care about it. It happened a long time ago. I remember I told him what had happened. This is during the time when my trauma of being sexually harassed by this man was starting to resurface in my mind. It was starting to come back. And it was attacking me so bad. In my mind, I felt so attacked. As a result, even if I would be in a relationship now and break up with someone, I couldn't stay alone, because again, growing up, I was someone who would like isolate at home. And I think that also has to do with the fact that I never felt safe at home. I never felt like I could talk to anyone, you know what I mean? And so I would rather isolate myself. Like, I'm the type of person, guys, that like the whole family would be sitting watching TV and enjoying whatever is playing on the TV, and I'd be in my room literally doing nothing, just sitting there. So I couldn't not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I couldn't not have someone. So I would jump from one person to the next. So I remember being with this boy, and eventually, because now my trauma was starting to resurface in my mind, I told him about it. I think he was the first person that I told about what had happened to me. And I really don't remember what his response was. I really don't remember. And as a result, that just like our relationship just like kind of ended in a I mean, there was reason for it, but like it ended in a very disappearing act way. And when it ended, I did not have any attachment to it. Do you understand what I mean? Like I accepted it. So fine, that ended. Fast forward to 2016, I went to Stellenbosch. I dated this boy. This boy was actually exactly my age. He's the best boy one of the best people I've ever dated, to be honest. He treated me right. He was such a good person. And while I was dating him, I'd have these moments of feeling like I'm going crazy in some type of way. If we are, sometimes we'd be sitting and chatting and doing whatever, and then when we are intimate, my mind would do this weird thing of switching on me. I don't know how to explain it. It would literally switch. I would 1 minute be in the romantic mood and enjoying whatever we're doing, and then the next minute I'm in an attack mode. I want to attack. I want to protect myself, like I'm in danger. And this would happen often. I think this happened like 2 or 3 times with this boy. And he would be like confused, like, what's happening, what's wrong? And then I'd literally just start crying, or I'd literally just be like, nah, I want to go home. You know what I mean? Just flip on him and be angry for no reason, or be sad for no reason, out of the blue, literally. And then this one time, I decided that I should say what's bothering me, because I don't want this boy to think that I'm crazy, you know. So this other time, we were also, you know, being romantic, being intimate and all of that. And then it happened again. Like my mind literally just, it switches from enjoying being with her and with him, and understanding that I'm with him, to this dark cloud like telling me that, yo, you're in trouble, you need to, you know what I mean, like you need to protect yourself. And I would go crazy, guys, like literally go crazy. But you know what I mean, like it was like I'm going crazy, like my mind was doing things to me. It was like my mind was turning against me. And so finally I told him, in not so many words, I think I had said to him, I said to him that sometimes when we are doing this, when this is happening, I feel some type of way about it. And that is because I remember my exact words were, my uncle used to make me feel uncomfortable. Those were my exact words. Because again, I couldn't say it. I couldn't say exactly what was happening till this day. I can't say it, you know. And I remember his response was, you know, he was sympathetic obviously about it, and I don't remember exactly what we said about it at the time, but I remember him saying, well, babe, I don't want to make you feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically saying that I don't want you to think of that when you're with me. I don't want you to like make you go back to it, type of thing. And I remember after he responded to me like that, I felt so unsatisfied with that response for some reason. And as a result, my connection to him, it kind of like faded in a way, or it stayed the same. It didn't deepen. I'm going to explain to you guys why that is. Now that I have seen the bigger picture, I've seen the whole picture, I now understand. So fine, that passed. Me and this boy eventually broke up because of, I don't know, I think our breakup was very like mutual. And then later on in life, I met this boy. I think this boy was like he was actually much older. I think he was 4 or 5 years older than me. I was at varsity at that time in Stellenbosch. And honestly, this boy is the worst person I've ever known. And that is in my opinion. And that is not because of the way that he had treated me, because he had treated me badly, but also because when I would be with him and like starting to get to know him, I just didn't think that he was a good person, like as a person in general. So I dated this boy, and during our dating life, I had spiraled to something that I didn't know myself. I was like, I didn't know what was going on with me. This was literally the time that the whole thing now was starting to get to me. I was so angry. I was so angry about it. I still am. I was so angry, and it was really now getting to me that shit, this really happened to me and nothing was done about it. So I had my faults too in that relationship. So me and this boy would fight a lot, right? And I take accountability for some of the fights that had happened between us. I was also toxic at the time. I just was out of control, to be honest. So I remember this other day, we were arguing, and he said to me that I hadn't told him. We were fighting, and then, like I said, I was not perfect at the time. I was really literally out of control. And during our fighting, I told him what had happened out of anger or sadness or whatever. And he said to me that, do you see that what that man did to you is literally turning you into a monster? And justifiably, guys, that was so true. What he had said was 100% true. I was literally turning into someone that is always ready to attack. And what had stood out to me about what that boy said to me was that after he had said that, he said, if I ever meet this man, if I ever come across him, I'm gonna fuck him up. He said that in Xhosa, obviously. He said, and I remember when he said that to me, I was like, this is my husband. This is the man. Wherever he goes, I go. I die on the hill where he dies. And it is so sad because our relationship was so toxic, guys. This guy was, like I said, I didn't think that he was a good person. He was treating me like shit. But yet, just because he said that one thing, that one time, I was sold. I was like, whatever it is you want me to do, I'm gonna do it. And that is what trauma does to us. We attach to things that most of the time are not good for us because they give us something in return that we've always been longing for. Whether it be drugs, whether it be sex, whether it be a person. Those are all drugs, whether it be alcohol. Whatever it is that is not good for you, you attach to it because it gives you relief. I used to attach to people that were so toxic to me. Let me not say used to, because maybe I still do it. You attach to people that are so toxic to you only because they give you that one thing that you've always been looking for. My whole dating life, from when I was a kid, I used to go for someone that, and unknowingly, someone that I thought would be a protector. I was looking for someone to protect me. I was looking for someone to fight for me. And sometimes you find that fight in someone that is not good for you. And the thing is, you hold on to these people. I held on to this man until one day I woke up and I realized, but no, actually I can't do it anymore. And I let it go. But sometimes people hold on for way too long. And if you hold on for long enough, that bond grows stronger. That cord that connects you guys grows thicker and thicker, and it's so hard to break it at some point. You can still break it, but it's gonna be so hard. It's gonna take every bone in you to break it. Sometimes people do get to that point where they break the cord. Sometimes they don't.